Alfa sleeping skin come le ga musu moderation ajo ando mecho mali ngoda ga musu moderation como le da pita jaje be tu biyo se moderation ya be kwa jaka kuto go se moderation ngata ko ga ma sike ga tu kata yo dungali de dunga sabani kaya au dele ya manyingi yote moderation kuna koni hapa tukasimu ulipasimu ulipefoni manya mate kazi mkani ngapeza kwa mfano watenga kufunga jako kwa mfano mwingine wa mashiti kana koni kwa hiyo program kwenda kwa hiyo kuna toke yake ile ndio kwa kitu alo basi ndio kwa hiyo sana kwenye ndani ni kama pana sana ayo kali ajua hapo ni kama utariki ndio ningesema nenda mwombe ni kampani ya mwombe na mwombe kumbe katika kwa kujua sasa wewe ya itu kwa wewe kombe kibani Gente, dottore fuori noi anche come che ti assicurate, infatti no, le gioca. Ok. Quindi direi. Non voglio scherzi. No, ma devo capire. Come anche fatti, nel si dica proprio tu, ma ne devo fuori, no, ma non ci chiama già per dire ma non zi. Ya, i curasi già. Curasi se pensi. Scusa, vedi? Le buone, le persone che dai la figlia della bocca ma non lo fanno. Deve dicere, se non è che la c'è, perché la cosa non è una mia. Ma capo. Ah, tu ne pensi cosa tagli? Non ne pediamo una base, ci sentiamo. Ma tu hai una cosa che mi stupisce,
Fine, So, okay, what's the best benefit for this? Yeah. Sharon Pepper, Sandra Committee. Sharon. Amata Pepper. Much better. I'm talking about the SRS, not the SRS. I'm talking about Saber, how far away from someone, and listen to the common English. None talking like another family around the pen, and talking about all the same of the mission of the the Sawani, American Alessa, but soon as you're not in the catch and always you are the rest of the English. They don't watch the presence. They can only make a mass of listing and the question of this and making a generation of this listing. They can also look at the fear. They can change the machine that you can support. Professional guys and plan of the bank. The money for production. The name, which is nice and fun. Powerful office, Hawaii, and Canadians. Market Japan, the Fawatile. The one you get Adam again, it's not less Hawaii, the side of all the localities. So I'm not in the platform of the direction. Much more young from the suppressed. Young to the university. Young to the friends. Young to the one who was a question. Young to the Canadians. I'm also not the mission from the suppressed. Tony, kama ukisia kwanza, basi wanakuweka kama straight, so kutoka huko kwenye njia. Sasa kuendelea huko kwenye straight, okay. Yana kila washo, tawali sana wala. Na wala mara. Mara mara washo kwa. Ni usema, mshale ile pia. Ndio yao. Very deep okay, to like to reach now. Then on a meeting, yes, I have a very brief to a portfolio. Now you want to catch the one before, telling us to meeting here, and on the operating. At least the name one, there go. Talk to the family, that might 15 hours to put the family chain. So the onset start what's up a meeting, next up what a pretty player, like 10, 11, 12, 13 hours. So the meeting here, so I'm not meeting that's how to part there. You have to send a solution. Part of the meeting, but in the team, no man is an island. So the Kwakman Pamoso, but let me question upon 369. We need to actually 9 in the Malika Pamo. We don't know problem Shani in Shas of Veka. But quite much more each wama. Namulimu meeting once of flocks to participate. Once it flocks to contribute. Once if we don't make flash white for letter command as so nalamba meeting ya Malaysia. Malaysia wa mchalo na fefu Rwanda yense. Tuwatie mfumo na mapenzi ya tuwafialwa. Uwa mungu afialwa wala walikinga kuli konsalefu kwa wale mwenye. Kuli konsalefu wa kufumanza kwa kushita wala mchitila. Chicho nse alomba afialwa mpela because kulibamia wale chita paniki. Kwa tienga kwa uli ya mungu. Rona fierwe until afika pa age ya 7 1989 era abantu bali ku school namba okulafuma panono muli mu comfort zone mubufumu namba okulasira nomba okutwala ku school. It was in preparation kwebati kese kumanya nomba machallenges alisa kwanju wali ledi nomba okula kundekera ko kwebati ndenge bani mbesha yetwala. Sometimes wali ntwala ku school bansambika then asafika nchite wali ntumafene ko kya kusamba chachasera ngo kwebati manje bambo kushikale ndisi panono mchalo panono kwebati nomba kaifesi naweka ama challenges yafikana nchite kwebati waliko kulaiva watu nashuka ndefo kusamba waweka wa kusamba then whatsapp checking at the panel tumonenga nawo kusa bamonenga taka watu responsible manje dabale kushitiba watu washikaweka. So life yaba mu stages all of my body stage ya ufumu wakawekere kwa libili nomba na woka bomusha kuli bandi paka nafika pale no age nisampera no mwana January nchakumancha 2 years manje nambo kularolesha naye pali umbina fyafere bali ndolesha naye bali nsonga naye ndiye mfumo nawo aba ni mfumo kuli ekyo cyose cyalira ndati for a plate akuchochi kwa maino chako tinda lama kufika kushina mtao ni kwa chakati bashina kufika ngabe bachali la plate yochero banya wamsonki akili ari kwa jadi wala hasta plate ai so ndati for a plate it's okay for a plate chikati ya plate leo kustress kuma balance not the way that it's for the plate ya plate I don't sit in the money. Had no option. Had nothing with it. That's what I saw. So I'm still not playing the money. So, quanto fumo kuli ile. Filo kushite filo fianse fiala. Naiba chinde fo kumpapa. Mfilo mpapa. Chaba semu na ku fite kwa. Noisha ni mkoko. Abantu tuloba kiri abanono ila bafuta kire nchita kula benchite ya kwebati yambo kula banga amasanzu kwebati mule kula era mu kwebati yambo kula basobola panono baisa mami bani nabala sobola abana yansanya kwebati kabyoko na kusambisha kale za kufuala ya kule kabyoko wale mwefu na lesta kabyoko nao kula but bana wera fini antu tafike kitu bakisala kabana no. We can't bear it any longer. Mama na watukana kwa bashina tukula. Ista na kwa Afrika kwa. Hata shibale kwa kwa tikulomoni. Ni masa wakati mayo hapa na neka kupanda. Namba pano na ilika kwa ishta ya kwa baba fiashi namba. Fiashi ni wale mpapa, wale mchulida. Narwala wale lala wale they spend sleepless nights pasa kama mwana pale masoteti wala kitwansa kama because wale chokati mwana mumba na kula pale sambile kwa kwenda mchana wale sambile kwa kawali sambile kwa kushtakiwa mzee. So kuna wakula muri ya msango then manje wambo kufacing ama challenges yonse weka pale lelo na leo sinifo kwa America hapana wenga nkani kama fiashi ni wala mfano nunga winoka mwana alia kwa America but kwa nini yeshia kwa watu wasu ni sema kia kukungu anganya lezoni chikumwa no munono mumwe wa president also ni sana ngukufuma fe kunse ya state house vega unless bali under protection. Kwani nomshaka mwele mfumu kamuli ama kwinzi kila mwali kuwa ichi nombona mwa baba shanomba nabo mushaku mubiri wandi nabo mushaku wonde sunga nabo mushaku bo ndebo mbela Nono basaba omushamanje fina wale muna bafyashi kwati wale misunga wale michusha ero wambo kulasta realize okeba tkashi bafyashi wale michunga efya mumfa abantu balandi okeba ati wakwebe enfa yakwanoko emutachi omuntu wakwebe enfa yakwanoko nichi ewa first because tekyumfu okweba ati wanoko nabafwa then washala feeling chibinga ule chitanga kifeshi ule chita ufile miteti why eba fyashi abashitolile so I'm preaching the line up life our master days katakala stawishile wali responsible bali just stage up watu wanomumusha umone kwa fire okuja weka ulondo leshani mubili wete wachiki understand kwa wachino nalo ndolo yene mensalansha eko shalo nikala straight Johnny wasa kwa nyamuka imenena ngatukusuka anza kukaa okay chitundu chile mpita chinyanda sinza kwa nisi kamba mawa sana kamba mchinyanda sinza kwa nisi so bameni kamba kwa nini kapina kuona munga kwa chikamba matani zasi mbela swale nikamba so watu mrenda faka kuna afyani nikamba life ili stages by the time we were joining amene wana kunyamulapo mimba for 9 months until wabadwa wabona paziko pano then wakala ni mfumu kuma parents wako kuliko sikamwa wafuna yenda wakunyamula kuliko sikamwa wafuna yenda wakunyamula siwanga kule ikolo ulokusobi la kilosobe samwe ufunika protection wazatu mamuda ndani umcheki shijoni alipo ita time mwanzo mkala munga mfumu ukafuna chakuja ni kulila chapi wamini nifuna machipsis wamini nifuna chani bazakuletea antu yenda ukula paitanga mene wezo kusambika kwenda ku school paitanga mene unambu samba weka wambo ano sanga nsambika kwa mkulu manje wambo uteki kuna manje responsibility pandenko wambo kama manje na okay manje wambo kama manje na zero za kutunga samari weka ano mami simunga nsambike usaye ndo samba ukafuna samba za samba kapela waza kuikata tone wakati wa samba waza kutekinga kumbuyo kungati wakusa kuyokwino yani wazambu waziwa atikaishi mwana aenda kula then antu ya boya afika manje wambo toka mulija kingdom na wene wenze mfumu wambo kula manje na wambo kala ko slave pangono kuibe nani waka 40 slave why weka toka slave wawe nangu what do I mean by slave wawe nangu uzangana ma responsibilities ya tuzambo sunga bana zambo sunga banja banja simame banja ni family yani wambo sunga ba family so the responsibilities yonse manje wambo mbera mwamene wenzo mbera ma parents wako mwamene wenzo kumutikira manje waziba wakupunzisa no John ufuni kuenda so mziko ufuni kusebenza ufuni kushika so then manje nishito yako manje naiwe kambo samara manje kanisa la parents wako kanisa la wena so nikamba ati life in my stages ita stage up tukadira switch waza kupasa olwalibe walinayo bazisi panika wazenda wasakile wenze mfumo by then manje no stage abeta fikapo just stage up timanja kuzionera wakambira njala yako bwana wakambulira njala yako funika wa Spanish ndiwe and now you take responsibility you become responsible manje pali bonse famina utija then simaponkana manje ni problem when you lose focus. We've seen a lot of people who have lost focus. Some they've got mad. I was Jonathan. I was with that guy in 2001 when I was doing my tailoring. We were in the same shop. But he's mad today. only to find that Jonathan is in Lusaka. He doesn't look into my eyes. Do you know where he sleeps? Sometimes he sleeps here. Forget yes, we. Nachela sana. Kwa msanga 05 hadi hapa focus. It's mad. I've seen a lot of people out here with grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. This time, some of them, but I am here. We went under the same training, the same training from our parents, from our teachers, but when you grow up, how you handle now your challenges matters. When you lose focus, when I look at him, the only thing that he can do and what he used to do, he liked juju. He was full-time in juju. I remember I worked for 12 months without getting paid. He worked for 3 months without getting paid. He was warning the boss. Nzamulowa, malamulowa. Wonderful. Okay. Naruchishita imo asa wasoka sana wa boss inalifika paka Kamiloa mkalafu okufana itolochi. And for sure he meant business. When he says something, he will mean it. That is exactly what he was into. He lost the focus. Then he'll be warning us. The only person who was not afraid of his juju, it was me. I used to encourage him. By then I was a full-time Christian. I used to encourage him, if you have juju, you have magic, go and add more, then come you attack me. If you succeed, then that day I will die. He used to fear me a lot. But now, today he's mad. One thing at Wakomboka, and something that Jonathan there for. He has changed the name. When he came here in Saka, I actually that's not happening. I caught him, I said, Jonathan, I was in the bus, he was busy selling paper books, small books. I called him, Jonathan. He looked at me. He ran away. So life is full of challenges. And people of God, we can't run away from these challenges. There's nothing you can do to run away. You have no option but to face them. That's why our parents, it took our parents about 12 years to prepare us to face all the challenges we are seeing today. You were under the care of your parents for about 12 years. I remember I started fighting for my life when I was 12 years. Started doing some pieceworks. Sometimes I'll go out maybe for a week, doing some piecework in order to help my mom, because I grew up with mom only. So, mom was preparing me for the challenges ahead of me. This time, she doesn't even know what I'm doing today, because he knows that I prepared my child to face all the challenges that comes his way. What am I talking about? I am talking about the stages of life. So now, this time, you have the responsibility to do whatever you want to do. I am here. If I say I want to marry 5 wives, my mom will have no say. She may condemn it, but I'll still have my own way. Why? She will respect my choice. I am a grown-up child. So people of God, sometimes we Christians, we believe in error. Sometimes we believe that God may just drop some manna from heaven to feed us. When doesn't happen, it will never happen until you die. Then, you've seen a lot of people, like for you, our girls, our moms. I love you. I have great respect for my moms. You see a lot of them in prostitution. They've lost focus of what they were trained into. Now they've found their own way of doing their things, which they will not even encourage their children to do the same. So look at you. The whole burden of the family is upon your shoulders. The only easiest way of finding money is prostitution. It comes with a higher cost. If you lose focus, that's the only way you can find money. And that's exactly how most of those people who lost focus found their money. They built mansions. I remember on the screen, that was on Saturday, that lady was giving testimony of going out to UK only to do prostitution. And she was told to be sleeping with 50 men per day. If she doesn't reach 50, she'll be sent back, even at 01. Go and look for more men until you finish 50 condoms. She was getting a lot of money. She was sending money to Africa. They built a lot of mansions. They bought a lot of cars. But what business is that person doing? Selling their body. Go to Mexico, you'll find a lot of holes where they prostitute. It's business. That's why you see other people telling you, don't go out. When they say there's a work in America, don't go out. You don't even know the people are going with. The only people work they find there for our ladies is prostitution. For those who have lost focus, yes, that is easy to do. And they'll be very clever in it. Now subsidizing. She was shocked that she was in America. She came back to Africa only to find that her firstborn child, the only child she had, was doing the same. Started prostitution at the age of 7 years. She came here when the child was 12. She found that the child was always in the bars doing prostitution at the age of 12. And the child confessed that I could sleep with more than 10 men per day, per night. People of God, our parents did a good job of preparing us. Look at Stephen, look at Martha, look at everyone here. They are grown up. When I am talking here, you're not only thinking about what I'm talking here, you're also thinking of something, maybe the challenge or the problem you have. How am I going to pay my school fees? How am I going to take care of the children? No, yesterday they never ate anything. What am I going to do? For those challenges, you were prepared, fully prepared by your parents. Then now your parents will leave you with God. Now it will not be between you and your God. God, I want this. Then God will say, yes, I can give you this. But there's a part which you need to play. What is that part? God said, I will bless the works of your hand. There's one thing that makes us Christians lazy and suffer. That is laziness. No wonder you see in some churches they fight over money, or because of laziness. They'll get people's mansions. God will bless you. Give me this mansion. or in the name of laziness. It's not bad to give, but I can't be forced to give something. If a man of God was to come, give me this house, that's what God has told me, I will not give it to him. I have to be compelled by my God. It has to come from deep down my heart. No, my pastor has suffered a lot. Let me give this house to him. Let me give this vehicle to him. Not the pastor coming to tell me that you give this house. I have to hear it myself from God. That is all about laziness. We've lost focus. So people of God, what am I saying? This stage we've reached in life, it may give you sleepless night. Not because of you. If it was for me alone, let me tell you one thing, especially for us men, we don't care about ourselves. That's why I can wear one trouser even for 4 days. I don't care. I don't care what people say about me. The only thing that pushes us, our families and other people. Watching your wife suffering, seeing your children suffering, seeing the member of your family suffering, it's always a pain in a man's heart. I can survive with 3 trousers in 5 years. Even now, I can't even remember where the last time I bought a trouser. It's about 2 years. I've never bought any trousers, not even a shirt. We men, we are like that. We're not like you. That's why we care for you, you care for us. So, whatever is pushing you is always behind. You are in front, controlling the whole family, controlling everything that comes your way. So now, what do you need to do as a man, as a woman? Proverbs chapter 31 praises our moms. Those moms who are hardworking, those moms who have not lost focus, those who are focused, it pleases them. Just a few words Solomon says in that proverb. He said, she wakes up early in the morning while it's too dark. Listen, to go and prepare food for the family. Not preparing food in the house, which is already there, but to go out and fetch for food, to come and feed the family. Now, she doesn't eat the bread of wickedness. What is that bread of wickedness? It's where others are very busy, maybe selling their bodies in order to have cash. She will wake up early in the morning to go and fight for her own life. The food that the family eats is very clean, comes from the clean sources. Then the Bible includes her husband is proud of her and he is praised by the neighbors. You have a very beautiful wife, a very hardworking wife. Then in the end, Solomon used this word, beauty is deceptive and charms, beauty fades, some charms are deceptive, they deceive you. But a woman who fears God must be blessed. Let her eat from the fruits of what? Her hands. Then for us the men, God gives us a challenge of facing even the toughest situations. Now this time we have that responsibility of facing even the toughest challenges. You have the responsibility of protecting the weak. No woman can let her child being killed in her watch. Then that woman must be checked. There might be something wrong in her head. Women can even face the lion because of the child. I always give an example of that woman who managed to fight with a crocodile in order to save other person's child. That woman must be blessed, and from generation to generation, that story will not fade. You are so strong, our moms. You are so strong. The victory of South Africa came because of the women's. When they gather together, they hold hands, they come up with a song. Songs gives you victory. It gives you courage to carry on. When you see women protesting, they don't fight with their hands, they fight with their spirit. They are always focused in whatever they do. That's why you see people crying when a woman loses focus and turns herself into a prostitute. When a man loses focus and becomes total lavish now to society, only loitering from one corner to another, planning of whom to go and steal from, then you've lost focus. We are gathered here only for one thing, the pleasure. The hunger is calling for food. Our body is calling for food. If there was a player, if God was to answer that player, where you just say, God, please train this body not to be feeling hungry, everyone will go for that player. You'll find the whole world gathering at that point where that player is being offered. Now you can't do anything. Every minute, every second, it will need some food, and it will not understand, no matter how much you explain. You may kneel down, please, I beg you. Understand today I don't have money. It will not understand. It will still pressure you until you go out and fight for what it needs. That is what pressures us, people of God. Whether you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, whichever religion, we are all under the umbrella of hard working. You see the reason why you see some madness in me? This is the reason why I don't agree with a lot of things that I do. It's because of that pressure. It's never easy to control someone. And people says, "Uamini utoni, mwamini nguni alanakai, but uamini abantanakai." Because human beings will always be like that. So now, this responsibility we have, people of God, is a great challenge. The challenge which sometimes you feel like giving up. There are some people who have given up on life. I remember one pastor who took his life in order to run away from the challenges. He is the man of God, but he has to take his life in order for the challenges. That is not the solution. You are tough enough. For God to release you into this world, it's because He knew that these people are tough. Let them go. They're going to face whatever comes their way. But the pastor was forced to go and take poison. I've seen a lot of people who have killed themselves because things are not getting better for them. But there's a saying which goes like this: tough people, tough times never last, but tough people do. John, so what we are putting, the palms are saying, sit up. No. Come and sit here. No, usapengeza. Yes. Hapo ni kapo. Mande pinda mko na ngane kuna. Is that gonna happen? Okay. Tough people do last. So now, this is the reason why we gather here. It's because you are not one of those tough people who last long and you can face your challenges. Now, there are some times when you see some madness in me. Do you even sit down? Do you try to sit down? You think about that madness, where it comes from. Let me give you some scriptures from the Bible. For I believe in the Bible. I depend on the Bible. And the Bible is my manual. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 26. A lazy person is a pain. A lazy person is a pain. Do you know what the pain means? Pain. A pain. Oh, a lazy person is a pain to his employer. That's from the Bible. Then the scripture you put on your back, do you know what it says? Some of you don't even master that scripture. I'm giving this scripture for you people to understand how I do things and why I do what I do. And why other people do what they do. A lazy person is the pain. Just imagine you are being chopped every day by a knife. Chop, chop, chop. Can you survive? Proverbs chapter 14, verse 23. In hard working there is what? Profit. But in just talking there is what? Poverty. So the reason why you see me getting mad at you, when you are just talking, then you are not working. What profits? By the end we finish this meeting, though what I'm talking here is benefiting us, we will not have any money, we're not going to find any money in there. Wise people really understand me. And they go at home, going through my madness, they'll find a bit of wisdom in it. It may be 99% madness, but there'll be even 1% wisdom in it. Because I am pushed by the manual which I follow, that is the Bible. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 9. What does it say? The person who works slow is like a great destroyer. Not just a destroyer, the Bible says it this way. The person who is very slow in work is a brother to him that destroys. Now, if you are a Christian, then you want to be pushed to do something. Where is your Christianity? Then you find someone who is pushing you not to be a Christian, while you are the one breaking the rules of the Bible, which is our manual. You become a burden to someone. Those scriptures, they are in my head. You can write them down, go and read them. Some versions, like in chapter 10, verse 26, some versions says, a lazy person is like smoke in the eyes of the employer. Do you know smoke? How do you feel when you pass where there is smoke? Maybe it's 100 meters smoke. You can even die, right? 100 meters you can't pass. You will not survive. So people of God, God loves us. We are not even photocopy. We are the image of Christ, the image of God. So we have to do what God did. If God was lazy, you were not going to be here. Maybe he would have made one leg. He starts chatting with Satan here. Then now, forgetting to put another leg, she release you, you are done, go. Then after sometimes we no, I still put another leg, then it's too late. That time we can't be brought back again. You need to move on and wait on another person. Oh, God is not a lazy God. So, if you were to read on my computer there on the desk on the screen, you'll find a word which says something like, attitude is a small thing that makes a big difference. Your attitude toward work or toward your family is a very small thing. Attitude is just a weight, small weight, but it makes a big change in someone's life, a big difference. So, as we are gathered here, people of God, we are all Christians. We are all called to serve others. We are all called to work for our families. We are all called to take care of our family. And the reason why you are hardworking, God has allowed you to be alive today. Remember, there are rich people who are suffering, who are on obstacles in hospitals. Very rich, they've got mansions, they've got cars, but they can't even move their legs. But God has given you that life and the strength, so that you can fight for the food you are eating. Then I just choose to use the strength God has given me to go maybe and prostitute. Does that make sense? Is that what you want to be? No one can choose to be like that. Not only women are prostitutes, they are male prostitutes. I can be a male prostitute. There are ladies who comes to pick up men on the street. Those who are very dirty, they go and wash them up. They go and sleep with them. I was telling you recently of that lady I found by the corner there. This guy, I found a normal human being, a normal lady sleeping with that very dirty guy on that very corner of the street. But that day I knocked off around 21 hours. I found her there following them in the street. They can pay them money and take them home. Some people, they take them home. Which is not life, people of God. The devil will take advantage of your weakness, and that weakness is going to be used to destroy your whole life and your family. My weakness can be used to destroy my life, my family. It may give me headache on what I should eat, what am I going to do, what am I going to live with my family. But that is not the end of me. That is not the inspiration to go and do long things. Let your people, your children, eat clean food. They can only eat clean food by you working hard and feeding them through your sweat. That's exactly what God told us. Adam, now that you've done this, I am going to make the ground hard. And through your sweat, you're going to do what? To feed your stomach. It came from God. Don't you know that even being a pastor, you also sweat? What do they go through? Okay, just imagine, look at C.P. Joshua. One day, he was looking very tired. Then he was telling his people, like, the life I live is not normal. That's what he was saying. The life I live is not normal. It's not normal. For you, the life you are living is normal. For me, it's not normal. Then the wife looked at him. Said something. She smiled. You are smiling. Yeah, your life is normal. Your life is different. Your own. Mine is my own. But mine is not normal. Look at him. He looks tired almost every day. Except for this time when he has left it. It's today when I've seen T.P. Joshua since October. He has been out. I don't know where he was. Maybe he was just in the house. For about 3 months, he was very quiet. People were worried. Others were saying, no, he's dead. Others were saying, no, he has run away. Others are saying, no, maybe he's been killed. They don't want to reveal it from us. But today, I saw him. Yesterday's service, he was in the service yesterday, and people were very shocked. Is he still alive? It's not normal. Whatever you do here on earth is not normal until that day comes when the trumpet shall sound and God calls you people to himself. Then you are going to live a normal life and you are going to do whatever you feel like doing without getting tired. You can confirm this by saying sometimes we may confess, hey, I'll never struggle in life. But you will struggle. Who are you not to struggle? It depends with what kind of struggle you are talking about. Jesus said, that's in, I think in John, it must be John chapter 8, verse 35. In this world, in me you will have what? Peace. But in this world you shall have what? Trouble, tribulations. If the apostles used to live a free life, they were not going to be killed. They would not have been killed. So there's nothing like free in this world. Until that day, when Jesus comes, then the trumpet will sound. When that trumpet sounds, there will be no more Harbour site. There will be no more city market. There will be no company. There will be nothing. And Jesus said, no stone will remain on top of another. Then everything will go, and the Christians now will find their next. I can't wait to see that day. That's the reason why today, you people who are called people of God, Revelation chapter 13 verse 14 says, blessed are they who die in Christ, because they rest from their labor. Their works do, that's what? You are resting from your labors because you are laboring. There's no free thing. Then go and lock yourself in the room, wait for God to bring manna for you. I am a Christian. I believe that even Christ went through the same. The Bible says, since Christ went through the same suffering, he will help those who will be going through the same what? Suffering. Now, what suffering was he talking about? You may not be hungry, yes. God feeds us every day. It depends. Maybe you may need to eat meat today. Then God gives you carambola. He has fed me. That's why I can't die today. It's because on your mind you are seeing suffering. Because on your mind you had to meat. Hey, today. Sharon, sit up. If you are tired, guys, get out now. Sit up. Those who are tired, the day is wide open. Go out. I'm not wasting my time here talking to you that you can't sleep. Let me tell you one thing. When you are talking to people in the meeting, you all have to sit uprightly. That's why I don't sit. When I'm holding meetings, I don't sit. Because I have to be standing for you people to know that I'm also getting tired. If I was to say, let us stand up, all of us, after 2 minutes, you sit down. But for you to understand that I'm also getting tired, let me stand and I'll be moving so that you know that I am getting more tired than you. You have fun, I don't have fun here. I'm facing the heat, you are facing the air there. So, if what I'm talking about is lavish, go and start working. There are a lot of work there. So now, these challenges, people of God, only be faced by those who are hard working. According to the scriptures I've given you, Ecclesiastes chapter, it must be chapter 10 verse 9 or 9 verse 10, I've forgotten. It says, whatever your hands finds to do, do it with all your what? All your might, all your strength. That can only be seen in a Christian. But I see Muslims and other people working with all their might. I remember one Chinese was asked a question by the Americans. That Chinese used to work, do you know, he used to sleep about 3 hours. He was working from 05 to about 01. That's when he woke up. But he was already late. Then they went there to to ask him question. You are already rich. You have a lot of money. But why are you working like a slave? Why are you working like this? Why do you Chinese working like this? Because Chinese is almost every Chinese. They work like that. Because that's what they prepared, they trained you. Then you know the answer that Chinese gave? He first laughed. Then he looked at the American. He said, for you it's because you are very rich. You work like this because we are poor. You are already rich, that's why you work slowly. America is very relaxed today. It's been long. If I was to ask you today, go and check all these machines. It will take you time for you to find a machine written made in America. But when we are still young, a lot of products used to come Japan, America, Japan, America. But this time it's China. China, Japan, China, Taiwan, China, Russia. They are working hard while America is relaxed. Then she used the word which really touched me. Time will come when you will want to work hard, then you have no strength to work hard. I will also have no strength to work hard. Since I've worked while I still have strength, I will be resting while you are panicking. And for sure, that is really the truth. If you don't build your house while you are still very young, you will not build it when you are 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Because you have no strength to fight for your money. Unless someone maybe sacrifices to give you that money. Then we are always happy with free things. It doesn't make sense to me. How can I be happy when someone from America will just come? Hey, I'll buy you a vehicle. I'll give a lot of testimonies. Wherever I go, hey, yes, God is also good if you work hard. You also help others. That's what Paul said. Paul said those who have no work to do, let them find ways that they can work to help others, not only you being helped. Huh? Today we pray for people to give us, don't even thinking where those people are getting those things from. No, what about your uncle? Doesn't he need help? So this is the time, people of God, for us to wake up. This stage of life we've reached is for you to learn your own less. Fight your own fight. With God on your side, you are going to succeed in whatever you do. You may feel the pain. Sometimes I feel pain when waking up in the morning, but I have no option. That time of being a king, of calling someone to come lift me up. When I was young, I'll call my mom, Mom, when I can papa, Mom will lift me up. The man, Madam Papa. This time is long gone. I'll feel the pain, but I'll push myself. I'll wake up. I'll start working to face the challenges of life. So, people of God, let us rise up and face the challenges we are facing. These challenges we are facing in this company do not come to kill us, but to make us think big. Don't turn and take a picture. One of our leader. Why is a company that takes a fire? So, everything we face in life, it does not come to do what? To kill us, but to do what? To strengthen us and to sharpen our thinking. So, it gives you ideas. Just try to think about this. You want to run away, they are chasing you, there's only one exit. That exit, there are a lot of dogs around that exit. Fierce dog. But that is the only exit. This side, the other one is chasing you. But the only exit is there where there are dogs. What do? what can you do? Do you go back to be eaten by the lion? Do you know that it's better to be chased by the dog than the lion? Because the lion is trained to kill. It's going to catch you here on the neck. And they say human being taught the lion to kill, because they used to kill the lion by maybe catching the neck. Then the lion will say, oh, I shall want to follow from me. That's why in Kalamungapi Kaja, now the very strong, and I'm going to smile. The one I can't accomplish. But in how we can weak, you have a direct composition. Then it's only one that some goes there. They want to say, Smith and Poshi. Echo is smoking. That's what I'm pushing. That's why. That is what a paper for one. So now, you are going to come up with what? Those ideas which you never had to go and face the doors. Eh? And let me tell you, the human brain, you can think about 5,000 things within a second. Ideas just comes. Eh? Then you say, Sister Lion is coming. Let me go and face the dogs, because then your brain will be telling you that no. Sometimes dogs, they are afraid when you are facing them. They will run away. The lion will not run away. Face them. Then you come up with an idea, maybe you get something to hit that dog until you get through. So whatever comes your way, it comes to strengthen you. If a witch was to come in your life, you are a Christian. What do you do? Those who are already weak, they will learn Munganga to fish. But those who are real Christian, you know what they do? They will realize, I sinned. It's because I fornicated. That's why witches are taking advantage of my weakness. Let me pray to God for forgiveness, then I make my way straight. So, let us rise up, people of God. There are some of you who understand what we go through, and others who are not. Let us all be of one accord. Tell what it was, one thing at a time. When things are tough, let us all get tougher to face that challenge. We don't run away from problems, we face them. No matter how hard you are hit, let me tell you, if someone wants to kill you, someone is coming trying to kill me, he'll strike me with a knife here. Because I don't want to die, I am going to fight back because I don't want to die. So when you are struck, while that knife is still in your body, you will still struggle until you fight back. So whatever we are facing here, we need to rise up and face back, fight back. Those of you who are lazy, let us rise up, let us wake up. Do not wake up until you do it on your own. Laziness will make you complain to God every time. God. Complain while you are working hard, then God is going to bless the work of your hands. As of now, people of God, we are really in a great pleasure. The pleasure we have now is really great. Do you know that I feel bad? When you are seeing a lot of pleasure, then others are very relaxed. This is why you see me getting mad at you. There are others who are still learning. These who are learning, they want to learn from you. You've been interning for long. I was talking to my brothers. I was saying something like, you are not only learning how to sew, you are also learning how to be focused. That's why when I see this one losing focus, I'll collect him. I say, no, you don't do that internally. When I see this one losing focus, I'll tell him. I'll say, no, my brother, that way you not manage internally. Because I've been interning for a long time, and I know what it means to be interning. So they can ask you questions, what of things which they don't understand. You are the one who are supposed to help them. But let me tell you one thing. If you who have been here for a long time are not focused, those who are coming after you will not be focused. You can confirm this by saying when someone just starts work, but I some based on your ambition. Do you see how they work? They are always focused because they don't know how you live in that way, company. Tabashi from Momamulia company, so whatever very fast time, Okubalate from late time. No matter how 2 days, 3 days, Kashaba, if you have finished then they'll join you. If you are focused, I can tell you no one can come here and be out of focus if you are focused. Why? It's because they are being entertained by what we are doing, what I am doing, then they'll carry on. They'll say, no, this is normal here. Fiance. They've never been in tailoring. It's their first time. No wonder there was a day when you saw me, I was very mad at this day or day. You know, this lady, she's got what you call in English, great potential to become a great person. I saw it when she was still learning. I used to talk about it when she was still learning. When you control her, she's very totally different from her sister Doris. I'm sorry to mention my sister Doris, she's not here, defend herself. But she was very focused. When you control her, she gets more focused. This is why you see, when she loses focus, I'll be on her. But I'll be a burden to her. I don't care. When I become a burden to someone, but what I'm doing, I know that it's of benefit, it's beneficial to her. I don't care. You hurt me, you call me names, you call me whatever you feel like, but I'll keep on doing it. Because my conscience is not condemning me, and I know that it's the right thing I am doing. This is my son. I love him. Some of you may say, he doesn't love him because of the way I talk to him. No. I love him. That's why I discipline him. I'll be upset. Then I'll still know that when I am upset, that will be like torture to him. But after some time, you realize you not do that thing again. Because of that torture, Uncle was mad at me. Let me not do this. And he'll get used to it. Some people of God, whatever I say to you, if really you don't see any Christianity in me, come in, talk to me, give me your scriptures. I am inspired by the Bible in whatever I do. I don't insult you. I'm always careful the word I use. I don't insult you. There are sometimes when I feel very angry, I use some words which hurts you. But there's something you can do, people of God, to help me be relaxed. Look at this woman. This woman has been here for a long time. I've never followed with her. Except for 2 times. I mean 2 times. When she said something which was not like music to my ears, I was upset at that very moment. But as a Christian, I don't get angry for long. I'll be angry with you today, tomorrow you'll see me talking to you. If you were to say she's very focused in whatever she does, you can tell by the way she cares for the children. She always feels for the children and the husband. No, you need to have that care. Look at this lady. Sometimes I cry when I see people working and there's no money. Don't cry to you, I cry to my God. These people are working. You are doing all you can. This lady sometimes she forgets even to eat. She never used to work like this. Sometimes she will stay the whole. I force her to eat in the morning. No, I don't like eating early in the morning. Sometimes she forgets to eat. She'll eat at 17 hours. Then you will see that pleasure of wanting things to change. when you see me following with Thelma, sometimes, I love this lady. She's been here with me through hard times. When it's hard, she always encourages me. We all have weaknesses. Each person has got his or her own weaknesses. No one is completely useless. But we have some weaknesses. When you see some weaknesses in me, call me. Talk to me. Don't talk to me. Let me tell you one thing. There are some things we do here which are not liked. If you see weaknesses in this one, don't talk about this one outside his presence. I am very open. If I was to tell you something about Stefan, it means I approached Stefan first. Then I'll say, this one is like this. If I was to tell you something about Thelma, it's because I approached Thelma first before revealing it to anybody. I always live my life like that. If you want to talk about me, did you approach me? So this lady has been with me for a very long time. Sometimes the only thing I really get worried about is her. Everyone who comes, those who comes, they come and go, they will learn and go. But she's too stagnant. You know what it means to be stagnant? You're just at one place. Before she will say, no, later won't be a man. No, later won't be a machine. Later won't be a machine. Full of excuses. Why she's the one who is not focused. Then I told her, Mama, you keep on playing blame. You see these who just recently came. I'm telling you, in the next 1 month, 2 months, they'll catch up Shulemen again. I was very happy yesterday, Saturday. She managed to finish the job very fast. I was very happy. I never checked to see how the job was. But sometimes she loses focus. I don't know what goes through her mind. She's like seasons. There's June, April, June, then season, what season? That's how I don't know what really goes through her head. Sometimes I'll think about it. If you've noticed, there are times when I stay far from her, I distance myself from her. When she loses focus, you control her for 3-4 times, she's not changing. I'll try to distance myself from her. Not that I hate her, no. Just for her to feel that I'm not happy with what she's doing. This lady can't wait close to someone. What I'm telling you, I'm always open with you people. When she's working close to someone, if she was ironing, she'll finish ironing, but because of the stories, that's what we were talking about. Mere child blames poverty, but hardworking blames. I always watch you people wait if you don't know. Now you want to car. If you want to drive at the 2 morning, when I'm going to drive at 6, the 2 morning for driver, if you are going to go say, if you have somebody from a person, that's what I'm going to do here. Then I'm in a danger, I get a emergency brake. What thing because the 2 morning for for lemon. In India, that's why sometimes you see me, I'll even time, I'll be looking at you. Then sometimes you look at her, start monitoring her, then you'll see this to be very true what I'm talking about. If she went somewhere to iron, then she'll find someone close to her. She has finished ironing, then she'll just be doing the iron like this while chatting. I know that she has finished, then it want to leave that person's presence. And does that help us, people of God? Does that really help us? Does it help her? Can that chase hunger out of her house? There are those who, even if you were to find someone full of stories, if you finish your work, immediately you leave the presence of that person. Do you know that sometimes some people, they work more faster when there's someone helping them here, while others, they become more slow when there's someone here. So that's why you see me. When I see Jenny sitting somewhere, maybe at Martha's place, I'll say that is not a good place for you. Can you find a better place? It's because I know that she will slow down her work, she will slow down other person's work. That may not make sense to the person, but it makes a lot of sense to the company. Try to think about it, people of God. This one, he's still learning. Watch him when he's on the machine working. Do you see how he works? He's still learning, but I see that focus in him. I was telling him one day that he is going to be working like me, if not more than me. When he is doing something, but he is learning. The only thing which I find like trouble to me is because he makes something out of his head without getting instructions. Or you may give him instructions, then he will think of what is better than what you taught him. He'll do. So focus, people of God, is always important for us. This is the reason why I always tell you that it's very difficult for a pastor to learn a company because of we, the Christians. Do you know what Paul said? We are all Christians here. Paul used these words. He said, we who are Christians have to support more the work of our fellow Christians because it's our brothers and sisters who are benefiting in that way. Then Paul went ahead to say, you need to obey the rules of the company, whether your boss is present or absent. Work as if you are working for God. Then he said, a lazy person is not supposed to eat. You know, there are some people whom you can't even disturb. There are some people, if you want to chat people of God, let me give you an idea in case you didn't know. If you want to chat, do it loud. There's something. You are chatting. It's always important to chat. Because, you've called me names, no, he doesn't even allow people to talk. Is your conscience very clear when you're talking about that? Do you say it with a clear conscience? Does really your conscience agree with you when you are accusing me of such? If your conscience is always clear when you are accusing me of such, then there's something wrong with your conscience. It has been polluted. Look at this. Look at this woman. It's there when you see me disturbing her when she's chatting with people. Do you know how she chats? She'll be chatting with you very loud so that she's not disturbed. Huh? Now, if I was to be chatting with someone, I want to go and speak into that person's ears. Don't you think that is going to disturb that person and it's going to disturb you? Is what I'm talking about making sense? If I was to be chatting loud, we won't be laughing. Well, we are not now. Just imagine. If you want to talk to me, you have a story for me. Then you come close, but speaking very low. Then for me to hear that story, since it's interesting, I'll stop work, then I'll do like, Achan. Okay, if you watch today. But do you even think, people of God, that your work, you've stopped working? That's where Solomon got that scripture from. The Proverbs 14 verse 23 from. That's why he got it from. Chatting is always important. Don't be like me. Sometimes when I'm cutting, I'm in great pleasure. Sometimes I don't talk. Don't be like me. That's why you see me with the 2 teeth brush. I have one here. I have one at home. You see? In trying to avoid my nanny, that bad odor coming from my mouth, I keep my teeth brush here and toothpaste here. I keep teeth brush home, another one, and toothpaste home. Chant every day. It's always happy. When people see you happy, it's always important. Even at home, when your children are chatting, you always feel good. So it brings happiness even to me. When you are very quiet, some, it's because they want to concentrate. Others, it's because maybe they are sick. You make me start thinking about other things. Maybe she's sick. Oh, Mama, are you okay? Is everything all right? I'll come closer and meet you like that. Then you know that maybe there's something which is not really okay. So, let us all put our hands together. If I was to ask you one by one, John, dressing up, one thing how many hours is this dressing was? Ungasema mawaza ngati. Dressing was. He doesn't even know. Do you know why? He's out of focus. There's a company where I went, they'll interview you, they'll ask you how many shirts you can finish per day, how many jackets you can finish, how many dresses you can finish, then they'll write that list. When you go in, you find chia machine bali mawali kambati, wanakambati kama tikapo kabeba kwa mwangu. Wanale mbangati mashirts, this one can finish, this materials can finish. They'll write everything here. Then they'll be checking the records. Because when you finish, you go into the code, they'll be checking the records to see if really this person is focused, he's going to do what you know. Then when someone comes, a company comes, wants to give you work, they used to check those records. No, if this one can finish 5 shirts, this one, this. Then they'll know how many shirts they can give you. They used to give us about 3,000 shirts sometimes. Because they've already calculated, when they go there, they'll say, no, your companies, according to your people, we calculated that they can finish 500 shirts per day. Because I found one can finish 20, the other one can finish 10, this one can finish 5, so they can finish, so it's okay, we can give it the whole 3,000. They expect you to finish that 3,000 within 10 days. Then they find that in that 10 days, that's when you are finishing 300. Will they call you normal? If he doesn't even know how long one sleeveless dress will take for him to finish, can he calculate if he was to be given work? Can he manage to calculate how much time it will take? Does he even check his time? How many of you takes your time? If you were given something to do, how many of you takes the time? You saw me getting mad at these people. I saw this one was busy chatting with this one while the customer is waiting in there. Can you call my getting angry madness? I got upset in there. They were very busy. Chatting, she stopped working. I came to look at them, I just watched. I went back, I never said anything. Then I started watching them that side. They were just busy chatting. Then this one, she also joined. Then they are chatting now, they'll be looking. You just don't know what was going through my heart. Boy, a customer is complaining in there. Boss, it has taken too much. Is this your space? I was forced to send this one, why the grab all the cows, why the blame them. But for them, it was normal. If I was to get angry with them, they'll get mad at me, they'll say, no, cheap mate, he doesn't think properly. It's out of his mind. Why? Because whatever you do, that's why even the Bible says, every man's way, whatever way you use, it's good in your own sight. But let God be the judge between you and me, who is doing the right thing, who is doing the wrong thing. If you tell me that it's the right thing, sitting down chatting, while a customer is waiting to give you the same money you need for food, then it's madness for someone to collect you, for you to work fast so that at least you can have money. Then that judgment remains with God. The human being can't pass judgment on that, but God himself. No wonder we learn from company to company. It's because of the same spirit. You want where, like the government, that's why now they call people. I remember they used to call this one, and he's a brother at one government. Because of their attitude towards work. When they come this side, they'll be chatting like mad people. That is what I can call margining, not collecting you when you're not working. Then you will see me separating them. When I see this one is working this side, I'll get another one. I'll take them on the other side, far from the other, so that at least weight can move on. Because if you put them together, they won't work. I remember my sister always used to call them one goma. Because of their attitude, because in the government, people, they don't work, they get free money. No wonder we all want to apply. No wonder you see our children are being taken to private schools instead of government schools. For now, at least Sada managed to change them a bit. Do you know the reason why you take your children to the private school? It's because they are more committed to their work than in the government schools. They get free money. They'll go into their offices, they'll spend 2 minutes in there, they'll leave their jackets, they'll go out. But they get a lot of money, more than you are working very hard. That's being unfair. Only God will judge that. So my people of God, let us wake up. A wise person will not allow even anybody to disturb his way, his or her way. If what I'm talking about is not true, someone should really rise up and tell me that what I'm talking about is nonsense. I was talking to Shalom. You know, this lady was very focused than she is now. If I don't continue to talk to her, she will think what she's doing is correct, while she's getting out of the right way. She was in the right way. She will rebuke you when you're not working. But now, she has done what they say. If you can't beat them, join them. So that I join them than them getting mad at me every time. I remember one company where I went, I find almost everyone there, they were very lazy. The girls were busy with miniskirts, ladders. Even when working, you see some laziness in them. When I joined that company, I said, Jesus Christ, I can't bear it. Seeing people, then do you know what they used to do? They are full of plans. Yes, people are full of plans. They will do this. Because that company had a shop somewhere where they're making clothes, the other shop was for selling clothes. They used to make a lot of plans. They had a lot of plans. No, it's rain that Nareta could not send us chikulis. They used to steal almost everything. There was every day of feeling like what it's not attached. They don't have money. You are feeding your children dirty money, dirty food. No wonder now our children are getting demons because of the dirty things you are feeding them. You steal something, you go and sell, then you give that food to your children. Don't you think that they are vulnerable to attacks? You go and prostitute, you give those children place to your children. Can't they be under attack? They are vulnerable, no security. When I just entered, I said, how am I going to work in here? I worked one day. Then someone will even have that time of leaving her machine to go and chat with someone. When they hear the boss is coming, because it was like a passage, a long passage, you hear someone coming from afar. That's why she will go very fast to the machine. I started thinking about it. I was talking to my God, I can't stay in this place. Please move me from here, or they'll hurt me. Then I started working. They all rose up against me, except for one man who stood beside me. One day, the other man finished one bag, and one loaf of bread. See how foolishness lazy people are. They can finish more food, but let's wait. Where's the other food going to come from? When you work in the night, that man will finish the whole loaf. When you're going to buy food, he'll even say, do you know the bag I'm talking about? Those small, simple bags for tourists. I used to finish about 20 bags per day. While he has finished one bag, I'll finish 20 bags with maybe 2 slices of bread. He'll finish one bag with the whole loaf of bread. Can that bag, one bag, bring another loaf of bread? Then they used to pay us 3 kwacha per bag. So, these people always, the Bible, Solomon says, these people, they always want to eat good things. But they are lazy, they can't get them. So people, those of you who helped me because of what I learned, how I learned the company, how I do things, try to think about it. Go and flip through your Bible. You will understand, because whatever I do it with a clear conscience from the manual, which is my Bible. If really I do it wrongly, I'll stand before the judgment seat of the Almighty. I will give account. Because, especially we Christians, will not find long things within ourselves. We'll be condemning even the right things. No wonder I say it's very difficult for a pastor to run a business in church. It will die off. And the people who are killing that same business are Christians. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are we not ashamed of ourselves? They will run the whole business. Then they will call the pastor. Zatoka mu church. Pastor, anapolipinda monga sibusa. Chitonitinda paka unipase leo unipase. I remember this one. She was quarreling with one girl for not paying her money. Then some people were busy condemning her. It's her money. She's got every right to get the money. If you say I'm paying you this day, you have to pay it. If you don't have to explain, then you're getting angry on someone whom you are owing. It was taken like maybe she committed a serious offense while she was just asking for her money, her hard-earned money. But now you see Christians gathering themselves saying, hey, see what this one did. Munini fast today. Munini fast today. I heard something, no, who obey, who shall who said polish today. Only to hear that, can't you see how we Christians condemn even the things which you are not supposed to condemn? When you are condemning something, first go through your mind, which is the Bible. If your Bible convinces you that this is the right way, he is doing it the wrong way, then go and confront that person with the scriptures. Don't go empty. If you were to confront me, you find me full of scriptures. I am going to defend myself using scriptures. So, people of God, I am not better than you. You are my sisters and brothers. We are under one umbrella, doing the same things, getting the same money. We need to speak one voice, people. We always talk about this and we will not stop. If I collect you lonely, call me. Don't talk to me to other people. Let me tell you one thing. If you were to hear something about me, there's a better way of finding out the truth. Grab the person who was talking about me. Come the two of you. Let that person speak the same words, exactly the way those words were spoken, in my presence. Because let me tell you one thing. If you were to hear something being talked about, it came then people are saying it came from me. It's because I confronted you first. Then after confronting you, that's when I can release it to others. Maybe in time to find a solution. If I notice that you are a thief in here, I've talked about someone whom I said, no, you need to be careful with such people. Because I saw that that person was a thief. And I gave some examples. Look, I left some things here. He was the only one there. But I found those things missing. There was no one. Oh no, let's say, maybe I give someone to go and clean my car. That is the only person who is wanting keys to the car. Then I left maybe some money in there. That person, I found the money missing. What can you say? And you are very sure that that money was there. That person can be called a thief. Right? So, if I talk about that person, I'll say be careful. Because this may happen to you. I can't talk to you if I've never talked to you about it. If I rebuke you, I say no. But my brother here, he's very slow. I say he's slow. If I give you something which is urgent, I may send someone to go, no, that thing, you may not finish it fast. Why? Because I know that maybe he's very slow. That is not an insult. It's not that maybe I'm being harsh. No, it's because we are trying to push. We have one goal. Look, if you were to train your hands to walk, can you walk faster? You say, no, today I don't want to use my legs. I want to use my hands. Huh? You know what will happen? You can't even learn fast. Because you trained what? Your legs to walk for a long time. But now your hands are just training. These who are learning, sometimes I can say, go and get that thing you feel sharper. Because for you, you are used that way. Until they get used, then it should be done. Some people of God, let's change our mindset. You know, Jesus used these words. Do unto others what you would want them to do unto you. If you were the one, I was telling someone, if you were the one in control of the company, what would you do? Let me tell you one thing which you don't understand. When we give people dates, time to come, it always lingers through my head. Huh? Then you see this one, fight in the flip in the mind. It's a flip in the mind. Well, that person is not even pushing herself or himself to finish that thing so that he or she can start doing the other one. All of you people of God, if I was to ask you questions, only few, maybe one or two, can answer. Can even know how long one sleeveless dress takes for them to finish? For me, I can tell you that sleeveless dress can take me 45 minutes to finish. Already cut, lining is already there. What I'm talking 45 minutes is for sitting on the machine. It can take me between 40 and 45 minutes to finish. A man's shirt, long sleeve, takes me 45 minutes to finish. A short sleeved shirt takes me about 35 to 40 minutes to finish. If everything is there. Last time I'm talking about is the time of sitting on the machine. When you're not moving, you go and iron, you go and do this. You're just sitting on the machine, everything is in place. The overlocker, there's someone locking, everything is in place. John. So try to calculate your time, this time, people of God. If you can manage to know how much time it takes for you, it will be easier. If it can take maybe this one 30 minutes to finish one sleeveless dress, she will know that with this thing I'm given, she'll be taking her time. I know it has taken me the start time and the end time. No wonder you've seen this time they've designed new machines. Because of the same problem. Do you know that today's machine? It can speak to you. I'll show you the machine when I download one from the internet. It can talk to you. When you rise up from the machine, it will stop working the body. These machines are designed like this. Where the switch is, there's a sensor here to sense whether you are your presence, to know that you are there. There's something here to know that the machine is operating. When the bobbin case is rotating, that's what it records. When it's only the machine rotating, it will not work. Because it knows that some people can just be rotating the machine without working. But what matters is how much cotton they are finishing in the bobbin case. That's what it records. By the end of the day, there's a screen here. It will show you how much time you wasted. No, these whites, that's why they always go forward. They don't go backward. Because they always think forward. Sharon and God. Now, can you really try to think what inspires them to come up with that idea? Is it not because of this scheme? Is it not because of us? Those machines, when we have money, we'll buy one. We'll see how it works. If mother was to sit on her machine, just seated, it will record. She's just seated. Now, the only time it counts is how much cotton you are using on the bobbin case. You see some people to take the road to finish one bobbin case. That's how much work it will record. It works like that embroidery machine. You've seen the embroidery machine before, not that one. That embroidery machine, that which makes embroidery, it can make a human being, it can make anything, because it has to fit it. And you know, there's a where you feed your name in that machine, you put your name inside, it will say, it will be sending signals to the boss saying, no, Daniel has done this today, Daniel has not on the machine, Daniel has done this, Daniel has just sitting. While the boss is even far from you. That machine which makes embroidery, what they do is you design things on the computer, then you feed it in the computer, in the machine. The machine itself, it will even give you time. Now, this work you've given me, it will take me 20 minutes to finish. They are big machine, you saw it, you people. That lady who came to, that madam who came to work here, you saw it, that machine she was using. That's the machine I'm talking about. Some are bigger than this shop. The ones they call 6 heads have this shop. 12 heads is bigger than this shop. One machine. 12 heads is bigger than this. So, we need to make sure that you manage your time. When you are giving, try to train your mind in mastering your time. They code your time for 10 hours. Then see how much time it will take for you to finish. Then you will realize the other day, if it takes you double that time, you realize how much time you've wasted. So try to do it that way. Whatever you are given, see how relaxed these people sometimes get. I am talking about Thelma. She is my sister. And because she's here, she's been here for a long time, she knows all the challenges we go through. I can say maybe she understands this company more than maybe all of you here, because she's been here for long. She's the oldest when it comes to you who are here, who are present here. I think Martha found her. So she knows everything. Give her something to do. See her seated on that, in that her corner. Then you know how much pain goes through my heart. She's very relaxed. Then she'll just be waiting for someone to chat with you. Whoever goes close to her, then that's where she's very fast. Full of stories. And now, Jenny, not careful, they are going to do exactly like your friend. Now, I advise the three of you to open your eyes wide. While you are here, you are not only learning how to sew, you are also learning how to manage things, how to manage difficult times, how to manage human beings. If you lose focus, give one to put just a button. You should be checking. Check your time. If you are given one button, check how much time it will take for you to finish. The next time it will take you 5 times. That's what it took you last time. Then you know that there's something wrong in you. So, I will need all of you to be checking your time whenever you are given something, except for you who are learning. You are still learning, and you are learning a lot. Those of you who are learning, because you can't make anything for now. But those of you who are working, since you already know how to work, check your time, people of God. Try to emulate those people who are working hard. This one can sit the whole day. When you see her leaving her machine, it means she's just going somewhere and coming back. While others will just be coming, going this side, without even knowing what they're going to do. If you were to think about it, you see that you are being controlled by other spirits, not the Spirit of God. Because the Spirit of God will always give you direction. Now just imagine, I'm leaving that place, coming to this side without doing nothing. I just come here, I stand here. Then I move again, I go. Can you see sense in that? Can you see that person really? They've lost focus. And try to what? They see what I'm talking about. Some people, they can't sit on their machine even for 20 minutes. Then sometimes I'll just be asking myself a question. So, where is she going? Where is this person going? Where is he going? Then you just come this side, you come back that side, holding nothing. What were you doing? Nothing. Yes, it's really nothing. Train your plans on how you want it to work. And it will give you peace. What I'm talking about, is a mixture with madness, foolishness, and wisdom. Go and filter what I'm talking about. Filter them. Take what you think is wisdom. You being a Christian, go and match with your scriptures. Laziness may even take you to hell. So, let me give you some few ideas on how you should do it. When you come for work here, when you just sit down, before you even reach this place, have a plan. Do you know that I'm full of plan? Even when I'm eating, I'll just be thinking what I'm going to do tomorrow, what am I going to do. Have a plan. Set a target of what you're going to do today. Yesterday I only finished. I remember there's someone who used to approach me, so I follow the chef here. I do more. Then I said, Mama, you lost focus. Now, can you ask yourself a question? Where did the other time go? You need to be asking yourself all those questions. If it takes you 1 hour to finish one dress, it means it will take you 3 hours to finish 3 simple dresses. Now, if you finish 3 per day, ask yourself, where did the other time go? Those questions, people of God, are very important. As an entrepreneur, those questions are very important. They are very, very vital to business life. Those of you who are learning, if you were given to learn to do something, then it takes you the whole day. When you get home, try to think about it. Is it worth it? Taking the whole day, count how many hours. Then if you find that it's not worth it, the following day try to do better. Just like that, you'll be changing bit by bit. So whenever you finish something, make sure you calculate the remaining time. Now, if you tell me that remaining time maybe went just for food, maybe natural, then there's something wrong. So from today, that calculate your time. Write down your time. When you are starting, check your time. When you are given something to solve, check your time. When you finish, immediately you finish, check your time. Write down how many hours it has taken for you to finish that thing. It will help you even in running your own business. What I'm telling you is very true. Because you will be surprised, like the Chinese, one Chinese was telling me that you Zambian, you spend a lot of time chatting, the time you put in work is very little. So now, if you start writing today, you'll be going through that book. No, this dress took me about 5 hours. But this is the same dress which took me 1 hour that day. Then now ask yourself a question, where did the 4 hours go? You can't find where the 4 hours went. You need to sit down, give yourself time to think. And to think very well. If you are this time, I will advise you to go for a thinking, you call it fasting, huh? Thinking fasting. You can fast. Why not praying, or just thinking? They are fasting like that. You're just seated maybe in one room, no one to disturb you. You are just thinking about what you do without anybody disturbing you. No wonder if that's what. Don't you admire? Do you even think about it? Jane, where are you? Are you sleeping? Rise up, stand up if you are feeling tired. You'll be like me. Have you ever, even one day, sat down just to sit down? Even today, go and try it. Just to sit down, think why whites are making it, then we Africans, we are still begging from them. Then the Bible says, a beggar is always a slave to the one who gives him. We are still enslaved by them. Go and think about it. Are you telling me that, does your Bible tell you that they are more blessed than you? Which scripture? Blemish to me. No, but the Bible. You even confess, yes, what you are confessing is making them to be more blessed than you. Because that's what you're confessing. I don't believe in the white to be more important than me. When I look at myself in the mirror, I see God's image. When a white person looks themselves in the mirror, they see God's image. No image is more important than the other. It's because they think big and they are more faster. You can even tell by the way they walk. If I'm the film, hey, Mulishana, hey, Mulishana. Well, for them, if she is the focus of where she's going, you not disturb her. Or I'm in 100 years. When I watch it, I feel one day and night. She just say, hi, I'll give you a call, This one can bear witness with me. That white lady used to come from Lansing. You say now it's 15 hours, she'll come at 16 hours. She'll come here. Hey, Daniel, I'm here. Exactly 16 hours. They're very punctual. I know whether this is where I'm finishing. No. You told me to come at 16. This is 16 hours now. I've got other things to go for 16 hours. No, you sit down. I can't sit down here. Why should I sit down? You told me 16 hours. Let me go, then I'm going to come tomorrow. Why don't you come tomorrow? Then she will even check time. Because I never program time. But for last likes, when I sang a night, I watched you 2 words in silence. That would worry. I'm a watcher, but I'm a mic in the type of what they do some work. But I'm nothing in it machine. We are always, even the way. Do you know that most ladies, they give excuses of sweeping their homes? That's why they go to church late. No, that's not young. But when you go and see that home, can you pass up taking a home? I can't 4 meters squared. Look, in that 4 meters squared, you are killed the whole time. I was one day telling my people at home that from now on, don't sweep on Sunday, don't cook on Sunday, bath in the evening on Saturday, then you go to church in the morning. You find someone is leaving the house at 10 hours going to church, but that person woke up around 05. Then you look at the house. Then no, what's your fake excuses. We need to change our mindset. Train your mind the way you want it to be. The very way you are working today. This one always confesses that my mom was very hard working. That's why when you see her work, she works like a man. No man in here, among those who are working, you are still learning. You compete with her when you get to the matter. She can learn more than a man. I've seen this one joining her. When I look at them working, I really get inspired. I said, if you were to have ladies like this, 10 ladies, you're not even be bothering to employ others. If you were to have men working like this, you're not even bothered to hire others. Even when time is gone, unless when they are in great pleasure. Like on Saturday, I was talking about her when she left. I was saying, my sister has run away. I heard her yesterday telling someone that, no, so this is the pressure you saw in her. It's because she promised someone that there's another pressure. That's why I saw that I was talking about it when she left. I was saying, I understand. She always works, but she felt because she's not used to that. But if you plan on transport, she just left. I was telling Stephen saying that I don't need transport because you know what you now. We never find us 16 hours. Those 16 hours night, like I can't get. So it happens, people of God. Let us change our mindset, and we are going to see you change. Start practicing every day. Every day, practice what you want to be. The way you train your mind is exactly what you are going to be. Compete with the whites. Be like Gaddafi. Gaddafi never used to beg them. He used to say, Africa, let us change our mindset. Let us unite. That's why these people, they think we are inferior to them. It's because we are begging from them. Gaddafi never used to beg from them. He even used to help them. He used to help Africa. And let us change our mindset. Train your mind to do what is important. Paul said, everything is permissive. Everything is allowed for you to do. Everything. But not everything is what? Beneficial. That's what Paul said, right? Not everything is beneficial. Not everything is going to benefit you. Someone can tell you stories the whole day. One day we'll try it. I'll lock you in here. I'll even get the keys. I'm telling you, by 14 hours, by 10 hours, 2 hours, all the stories will go. Because those people inside here, they'll be bothering you hunger. Then you will not even have that strength to talk again. You need food, but those food you need to fight for that, for it. The Bible says, the wise person leaves an inheritance for his people. Fight hard, you are going to leave an inheritance. If they don't inherit anything you've left, they are going to inherit your hard working. This one, she doesn't have any house. Her mom left houses, but they are not in her name. Those are family houses. She used to tell me, sir, no, mommy is a rosa. So that at least I can leave something. And when she says something, she used to tell me something which is very important. That when my mom will say, before I finish kumanga ja nyumba, then my mom used to wake up in the morning, she would go making at my order, she would come late in the night, and for sure she built it. Is she not following the same direction? She has a home. She's also extending it now. When it comes to financial, for money, I can tell you that this woman is very disciplined. Financially disciplined. Like the top. The one you got top, huh? The one versus one of Super. What that top? Do you know when they started? They started when I was very young. Muransha, whenever that top, my first top. Muleta to other top, but California never top because they had a short notice. They use the call top. It's now when they are calling them other top. But I want to show Malaka. When I was very young, that very man who was black, when I was black, about black, somebody mama suits. There's unity, one in their family. It's a family business. They are financially disciplined. Every coin they use, they record it. Abantu wale okeba kino bali kwatamanga for now kwa basi zifukulu vifimba about 17 number I am not saying South Africa. Do you know when they started? They started when I was about 5 years. Wale that ba top Muransha. Hapo ndio mwanzo na chifanya. Wako itipaka chipalia. Kamsani ku second class kwa wako katika shule. Mpe kuna pale pia hapa kwa filling station. Wale shishatimishanga fwaka. They started with fwaka yeka. Mambo classroom wachako ubomu wachako. Hata kantemba kambo kwa. Kaisa wanika shop. Because our shop tayari go on by then kaunde ile ananyatira abantu. Abasi ba company kama foreigners. Yaka chafunguka pale wanyanti. Maka ya kawanika shop. Basta basi mutaki basi cha bidii mtia. Kwa chinjana kala. Eche chibasi cha wacha first wa top. Checha benda ngamwe smart ni cha benda cha waso. Chkwele kwa neno yako ndio nataka kufanya kwa. A bus away at first when they go to that bus. Once whatever change never find. Are you foolish? Can't you see where they're coming from? This is exactly what we do. So whatever you do, if they can't inherit what you've left with them, they can inherit your strength. If the student to Stefan can see how their mom is working, they will inherit the strength. No, this is how mom used to do it. No, mom used to work even in the night. Sometimes maybe she can be sewing in the night while they are sleeping. All those, that's an inheritance. So they're going to inherit it for you. That's nice. So people of God, what I'm talking about is really, I had a meeting with my family recently. I think it was last week. I was talking to my family. We always have meetings, but I feel like having meetings. I was telling them, you've grown up. This is the time we need to know to understand now the stage you are at. You start thinking big, making plans of what you're going to be in the future. If you don't make plans today, you can't feel no plan. That was the plan is yours. Now, the plan is yours. What kind of a person are you? The Bible says, make plans, but let your plans be known to who? To God. Before I became a teller, I had plans of being a teller, and I pledged to God. He gave me this way. Then I have to be focused in what he gave to me. So telling your plan, try to manage your time. There are some things which I tell my children at home, which I can tell you today. Even the way you move when you're at home, try to record your movements. It's very important. Try to record your movements and what you want to do. When you're very wise. The one for kujua tawa face mkwisula because they were expect to move, right? But are you face are you expecting someone? No, it's not the stranger. Let's go. Because very short, when I enter our plans, I never people are Stefan, I'm to me afford. Stefan, there's a bunch of so I never expect it. One of my friends, one of the like good. The rule of the mission. Now multi and the win. Someone around the move to poverty. Don't visit your friend every day. Huh? Visiting your friend frequently. Because you become a burden to them. That's what Solomon said. Ati, ukupempulo mwe libili futi. Kano nganalwa, right? Ngalifi unepono fe waya. Orolina wana yo waya. Balo futi waya. Waya soteni stola ya po waya. You become a burden to them. They'll be talking about you. Then you become a burden to them. That's why as a Christian, you need to make plans on your movement. No, it's been long since I visited such and such a person. Let me go and visit them. People should even miss you. Not every time they'll get tired of you. So you have to make a plan when you are making plans, even at home, make plans at work, make plans wherever you go. I always tell my children to say, people, if you go to and work for one's company, work as if it's your company you are working for. As if everything depends on you. I like the words of T.B. Joshua, that wise prophet. You know what T.B. Joshua said? If you want to work, you are working for someone, work as if everything depends on you. As if the whole company is on your head, everything depends on you. Same applies. If you want to work for God to see that you want to work for Him, work as if everything depends on you. And or more, my beautiful sister, she used to say the same. She used to tell Patricia, she's one of our Sabina family. Patricia, if you want to work like everything is depending on you. Work like you are the only one in the company. And that's exactly how she used to work. So train your brain how you want it to be. If you want to be low, your brain will be low. Those people you call foolish, sometimes they are the wisest. If you want to be high, your brain will be high. Whatever you want to be is your choice. So from today, make your programs and make sure you fulfill your programs. You are going to be recording your work, your time, not for my sake, but for the sake of the company, and also for the sake of you knowing how you are managing time. Then you'll be shocked that other people, it takes them 30 minutes to put one button. When you see me coming to check for some people, if I send you here to catch lightning, then I rise up, I come to check on you. Sometimes I don't talk, I just look at you. It's not because I want to get maybe what you are cutting. It's because I've seen that you've gone beyond the time. If you were very focused, which you can finish at. Maybe something that can take you maybe 5 minutes, it will take you 20 minutes. Then you will see me following you up. So that is 8 people of God. In conclusion, go through those scriptures I gave you, because I'm giving scriptures today because we are all Christians. Hard working is from God. The whole Bible is full of people who used to work hard, or working hard for God. They used to risk their lives in order for others to be saved. David had to listen. The reason why God loved David, if he risked his life for the sheep, I am pushing on planting kalamu. So hard working gives you no fear. You don't even feel the pain in your body. Let me tell you one thing. I feel the pain when I'm waking up. I don't feel it when I face my challenges. It disappears because it will understand, it will say, hey, this person doesn't want to feel me. I will not feel it. So people, in conclusion, let us really go through what I've talked about. Let us have some of it as a joy and some of them so we don't call it like this, because that's why there's this handle. You hold it in cut so that is the one I was like, no, it's not cut. So try to go through what I'm talking about, people. Go through it, go and think deeply about it. Then if you see anybody that's in it, call me, talk to me, advise me. You are my advisors. But I would call for unity. Let's be united in doing good things, not bad things. Let us be like-minded. Let us be in one mind. then we are going to stand forever. Now just imagine, if maybe production was going to depend maybe only on 2 people, then 2 people to make money maybe for the whole people to get paid. Do you really think about it? If production was going to depend on 2 people, then I'm telling you, it would be a great disaster. A great one. I see sometimes they will try by all means to push themselves to catch up with the target. But I know some people were knocking off. They'll say, yeah, but I tried. Just for them to manage it. And they can't do more than that. People of God, let us train our plans on what we want to do. You'll be running from one company to another, you'll be going from one place to another. Other people may come, they will cheat to help you. I remember the words of Pastor Chris. Pastor Chris used words that what you need, whatever you need is where inside of you. What you need to do is just to wake up, you realize what's the potential inside of you, then you are going to see how rich you are. When you go in there, just try it. Those are every one of you. Try to keep yourself busy. Ask my sister Sharon to realize the potential in you, my sister. You know how much I love you. I always miss you when you're out here. Realize the potential within you. You need to realize that you are the mom of today. You are the pillar of the family. Rise up, my dear. Rise up and prepare for your future. Preparing for your future, the way you are managing yourself here is the way you are going to manage your own things. Then you will still be getting angry at your workers when they are not doing what they are supposed to do, forgetting that you were planting the same seeds. So I advise you, my sister, rise up. I wish to talk to my sister, all of you, Thelma in particular. You know how much I love you. You know how much I understand you. You know how much I support you. I may not support you financially, but I am always on your side because you are always on my side. Sometimes you may see some madness in you, but when you go home, I'll ask you one thing. Since you knew me, I've been like a thorn in your flesh sometimes. Because whenever you do something wrong, I'll call you, I'll rebuke you. But go home, Mama, go and think about it. You'll find some ingredients of love in it, in my following you harshly. You will really find it. God says, sometimes those I love, I discipline. That's what God says. God can discipline us. Those you love, don't discipline them to make sure that they are doing the right thing. So, let this be your homework. Go and sit down. But I'll ask a few things of you. Be focused, my dear. You have a challenge to face. Your mom, she's looking up to you. These things we are passing through today, we never passed through it. You understand what I'm talking about? We used to live nicely here. We used to have all right. But for the past 1 year, I can't say we've suffered. We are like in the desert, we've really struggled. But God see our struggle and it will come to pass. Be focused, my dear. I love you. I always want the best for you. When you become focused, your family will be focused. Everything in you will be focused. Whatever you say will be focused. Whenever you open your mouth, whatever you say, it will be out of that focus. Those people are not focused in the story they tell. They are not focused. They'll be talking about anything. But be focused. Don't be like June, July, rain season, hot season. Be the same. If there's something that upsets you, get upset. It's normal to get upset. Come back to your senses. Focus on your way. It's going to help you. We should not allow the evil demons to control us. They control our weaknesses, but we are more stronger than they. That's how we can manage to control them or to reject whatever they bring into us. Whatever bad things we do as human beings, it comes from the evil spirits. I know many Christians today, if you say you have demons, hey, over my dead body, hey, God forbid. But your actions are from the demons. Demons can control anybody. You may not be possessed, but they can control you from afar. They can make you to do something wrong while they are controlling you from afar. James Swagart was the greatest preacher here on earth during his time. Demons controlled him, and he sinned. It really affected the way. They fought from outside, not from inside. So be focused, my dear. God loves you, and He has put a lot of great things in you which some people don't see. I see it. If you don't realize it, the devil will be using the blessings God has put in you. He'll use it to benefit himself. There's a great potential in you. Until you realize what is in you, then you will understand how important you are. I hate people who other people useless. God never allowed any useless thing to come into this world, but only tough people. That's why you're not supposed to be a weak soldier. You need to fight everything that comes your way. Don't tolerate any madness which is trying to entertain you. As for you, my sister Jane, you are grown up, you are no longer under the care of your mom and dad. I know they worry about you, but you are a grown up person. This is the time now to start thinking of your future. To prepare for your future, to be focused in whatever you are doing. Everything that does not benefit you, remove them just now. It's going to kill you. These old people you are seeing in the street, some of them it's because when they had flesh blood like I am here, my blood is too flesh. An old person can't clap like this. They'll clap like this. Because their blood is weak, mine is too strong. An old person can't stand for 30 minutes. I can stand the whole day. Some of them, most of them, they never prepared. Everyone joining Obulosh, it's because they never prepared. When they think by being a witch, I'll succeed, but witchcraft is easy killing them. Others, I don't use my blood now while it's too flesh. If I don't feel that pain on my back while I am still flesh, that pain will be too much when I have no strength. Now I want to fight for my food. You have a home here. I know some of you even have plan of getting plants. Go ahead and do it while you are still fresh. And I can assure you, if the company have money, I'll help all of you. It's only that I know sometimes I don't know whether you understand me. You know how much money we make here? You know even how it disappears. Some of you, there are others who don't think about it, but I know a few of you, you don't think about it. if really you were to notice, like last week, the money we had on Friday, on Saturday, all of it got finished. I remained with 140. The same 140 we removed some transports. Sunday morning, I remained with 17 kwacha after removing some transports and other things. I know some of you will understand, and this portion will not continue for later. When things get better, I can assure you, those who are building are going to build. Those of you who are struggling, you'll struggle no more. The only thing you can do, kneel down, pray to the Almighty. The one who brought you here, the one who brought me here knows our situation. Pray always for your company, and God is going to see us through. Will you be very happy to sit like that mom? That mom sometimes comes here for the. But she never asked for those pieces for the doormat when she still had fresh blood for her to prepare for the future. But she's now suffering. The body is weak. She can't wait. Look at her. She's very full. She's not late. But when every day just imagine yourself in that situation. Do you want yourself to be that, your body to be like that? She's weak. She can no longer look for employment. So when I look at her, I always learn something. And God sees some foolishness in us. A lot of foolishness. No wonder Proverbs chapter 6, he was even like asking us human beings, Jesus Christ. God asking me, a human being, his image to go and learn from the earth. Can't you see how we are lost? How people have become? Go and learn from the earth, you sluggard. Sluggard means laziness, huh? Can you somebody that near way to go away where Munangani? Tunateganya vyakula vya tukopanja ya Afrika. So that next time ya Afrika, kusema kwa nimesema turuwa de. Kwani benchika turuwa kinyelele. Keti mtu mwe mngana Afrika moka. Tuwaji ya tunele tukala jafye. Ifo kwa Kenya. But if you work at the mind, have the mind of Christ. So if you work here, it's either the work then. You can't tell for example, you don't use it properly. To bring you poverty, to bring you problems, to bring you whatever you want. So the first time comes, try. And let me tell you one thing, God will not let you down if he see you try. If you are very focused, God will not let you down. You may feel tired today like I do, like many of you do. But your struggle is not in vain. You will struggle, but since God, remember, when God was rescuing the children of Israel, what did he say? I have seen your struggle, right? They were struggling, trying for themselves to free themselves, right? But God says, I have seen the struggle of my people. I'm going to do what to deliver them. So your struggle now will bring you freedom in the future. God will say, Stephen, you struggled a lot, my dear. You open a lot of ways, and you'll be resting. Sometimes you just be sitting at home because you wait. Where power is there, and night time will not wait. That is when you have strength. You can climb the mountain. White people, they die. They empty their strength before they die. Do that. And I'm telling you, that's why Dr. Miles Monet was saying something like, the richest place on earth is the graveyard.
Because most of us people, you see Daniel will be very lazy, the strength God gave him, the flesh blood, Daniel is not using it, then Daniel will just die. That strength now is going to make the grave like rich. The ideas this one had will not be used. Now what ideas, but the reform until that person dies, there are a lot of professors, a lot of presidents, a lot of good people who have been presidents for today. They died with their knowledge, their strength. Jesus Christ. Don't die like that, people. Refuse to die like that. Solomon says there's time for everything. This is time for you to work hard to prepare for your future. If you don't, you're going to die, you'll be a slave. Go at Simpson building, you'll find abantu and the child in that car. They are prostitutes. God, how should I find my mom being a prostitute? Now for Lana again, go 19 hours, 19:30, okay, I'm Simpson. I'm going to pass it, okay, I'm going to watch the go and see what happens there. When they see you, they'll rise up, greeting you. Old people, they now go behind this, the one they call Lotus Park in Kurumo. They are going three, they are three. One from talks to manje abana abo barasoma powder bena bakambatika kofe kumezi bakambatika powder bakambatika. Really you are a Christian, my people of God. Refuse to live a life like that. That's why I always say I'd rather die than being a burden to my children. I always pray to God that when my strength is gone, release me, let me die. It's because they have nowhere to go. They never prepared for their future. That's why now they can go and sell their bodies for them to survive. You find a lot of people, they're just busy from one corner to another, from one corner to another. Are you interceding for me? Anyway, keep praying for me, thank God. From one corner to another, but they are complaining. This is what I call madness. I talked about it in my church. I said, you people, our women were complaining. Then I came up with a plan. I said, I've never seen even one. Some of them, they try, they'll stop. Without seeing the importance of what they are doing. But those two people complaining. Can't you see madness in that? And the other one, these others were telling me, Jesus Christ. Some can't bear transport, I cannot go. It's more like Jesus Christ has died for me. Then I said, Jesus Christ now, even waking up from my bed, you wake me up. Happy now. If you want to go outside, you lift me up. Jesus will say this foolish. Die here. That better what I cannot wait. Imagine that sacrifice. Not from a human being unless only from God. Just I can provide, but not an extent. There are not of them roaming the street, using the same strength, while others are very busy knocking on people's door, looking for work. Others are busy knocking on people's door, begging for food. Rise up today. Light again tomorrow. And your children will live in peace. I'll give you a copy of what I'm talking about today. You have a record, the video is being recorded. If there are any marginals, you've seen any marginals, don't mix with what yours. Say it's directing. I'll put it on the CD, this video. I'll change the format for those of you who've got phones. If you want to put it in the phone, there's that phone format, right? Where the video is very big, it can't show on the screen of the phone. I can change it for you so that we have a damn different phone here. Because my video no matter what TV is I can't make my phone there unless you change the format. So I have the software. I'll give you some of the videos. So sometimes I delete them, but videos like this I put them on the internet on YouTube for future use so that even if I lost all my computers, I can find them there. My children will find them there. They want Harborside. Oh, my father went for Harborside. They'll go on YouTube. They'll send me for Harborside. They'll find videos for Harborside after I'm long gone. So go and think about it, go and talk about it, go and start thinking around your life, then refuse to die with your strength, full of strength. Empty whatever God gave you to prepare for others. You may not prepare for your children's only, you will prepare for other people's children's. No wonder Paul said, work hard so that you can help other people who are in need. I stop here. If there are questions or contributions, we go back to it. If what I said was not really clear, I ask you people to bear with me. I am a human being. You know, sometimes, just say, in life you need to leave the room for people's mistakes. He was not talking about his word, he was talking about the Christians. If you expect your pastor to be 100% perfect, you have a mistake. You run away from the truth. Hey, your pastor even got saved. Your pastor even got saved. Because you are expecting the pastor to be 100% perfect. Wow, he's human. Even Jesus Christ used to get very annoyed, even to the extent of imagine one in your way. Just try to imagine what was going through. Just try to imagine. It was very annoying for him to do that. And I'll continue working. So, it's because that's what the Bible says. You accept Christ as coming in the flesh. So, if the pastor was to get a week today, I never win, but I asked him to come over to one salami. Pastor Shine at a Oyege book at some of the Nigeria. I said to work a Shana map. What do I to change? You foolish witches. Listen. Maybe he was upset. I don't know why he was slapping him. But all I know is maybe he was upset. So, it's not everything I say which is 100% clean, 100% perfect. I am only saying my opinion, you have your opinion. So, don't say it that everything is valid. That's why in generally, they tell you in one way. When you start working, sometimes you come up with your own ideas, but your teacher told you this is what you should do. You go beyond what your teacher tells you to do. So that is it. Anybody with a question, anybody with a complaint, anybody with a suggestion, or an idea? Any opposition? The only place you have to oppose, to express your bitterness is here in the meeting. Those who go and express their bitterness outside the meeting, there's something they need to check in their brains. Because you can only express your bitterness. Because sometimes I see people saying, no, I have nothing to say. Then when you go outside, they'll be the one who, again, complaining. Right? No, if you are saying I shall no, if I shall can someone bring a suggestion and someone comment before I conclude? If there are no comments, I'll continue. There's one suggestion I have. It's a suggestion. I can see others, like my brother, Alex, even home, he confessed that even home he finds it difficult to take time. So I was thinking about it, then I said, I'll talk to my brother and sisters to find a way. This one, she said she doesn't eat great, she gets her problems. Then we are one family, right? You know, you can't manage buying food for this one alone. Sometimes you don't make that money. If you didn't know, if we were to receive 500 in the afternoon, we're knocking off, before we knock off, sometimes I remain with 50 watch. By the time we knock off. So, my suggestion is like this. Since we can't manage to be leaving other people, like this one, I was forced to buy her 1 meter of rice. I said, no, make us eat the country. Since we sell rice, go and buy 1 meter of rice. You start cooking from home, you come with your own food, right? That's what I did. When it finishes, you report to me that no, sir, that meter is finished, you buy another. So my suggestion was, since we can't cook here, let's stop that from cooking. Why can't we do this? You, our ladies, then you just buy Nishima here. Right? Which was dominant? Why picker? Was it? Which the fiance from London? What we pick it away? You know what cheap, right? Was it so much that it can last long? Because you don't know when you reach the one with the way. You know what I mean? For why you stand away from the step. So why can't we do this people so that at least everyone can be happy? Well, that's the film now. While I'm fine at it, but you know, for the brain is a lot of thought. But as Christians, we don't wait, even if you wait in the home alone, it's fine. Now we are no fire, put away sleep. We never have to take the whole. No, we need to be one people. So this is just a suggestion. Buying Shima is cheap, right? That's very money we are using for plates. You can use it to buy Shima. Do you know how much we buy plates? It's how much? I don't know how much we buy plates. It used to be 8 kwacha, now they increased to 5 or 6 kwacha. Then do you know that the so-called grain Shima is 5 kwacha? 4 kwacha 15 when you pick and pay. Because I can't say we do Shima from 4 kwacha. It doesn't make sense. By the time we listen to them, Shima will have now cost. So we can buy either from pick and pay or we have never taken a master for 1 way or non patron. So mulemo na shadi so that at least bonze tukale kwaisha okulali. Momone Alex, whenever he eats a plate, he complains. Last time we saw, he thought it was brown plate. But after eating another plate, he said, no, I'm not used to plate. There are some things which we are not familiar with, which are not used to, right? So I think for me, that is just a suggestion for you people to see whether if it's correct, because I tried to calculate. I sat down for me to come up with this. I tried to calculate, I found that we can use the same money we use for plate, we can manage to buy for Shima for all of you here. Can I tell you how I calculated it? I calculated it like this. We are 9, huh? We are 10. Sometimes maybe you can side by me, you can put me aside. So I calculated that 3 people can manage to eat maybe 1 lamb of chicken. Not 1 lamb was in 1 lamb, right? 1 cent. So I said, if we can get that machine for 5 kwacha, we buy for 8 kwacha. And you know, if you're buying from one place, you don't see what I'm pick up for. If you buy 6 plates for 30 kwacha, it means each group will have close to my pack to be there. Each group, the group of 3 people. That's what I got to take. It's worth the one. One day. The other day, I was actually for one like a white champion. So that is it's a good suggestion. Then that's 20 kwacha, because my calculations, I'm trying to manage us to manage 50 kwacha for us to use about 50 kwacha per day for food. Because for now we don't have much money. Eh? If it's cooking, we used to use less than 50 kwacha. So do you think it's a good suggestion? We go for it. Because if you say we go for it, we start tomorrow. Then today we'll buy something, someone will go with this to buy. What are you saying? You fish maybe have comment. Now, if you're talking behind me, yes, then okay, you need to be fast. I've concluded, we go back to it.
Yes, it is okay. It's very the best way of doing it. When you cook it at moment, you get good.
I even touched that point. I said, if the relish is spoiled, you can manage to survive like that while sugar is spoiled. So it will be hot sugar, hot relish. You want to warm it, there's no place where you can warm it except for the kettle. Warm water, yes, you are the veggies, you are the one who cooks, you know better than I do. So, who are in support of that? You want to support it? Amuleranya, if you raise up your hands, are you in support of that? 1, the other 2, okay, sir. 43, Bambi. We are just the 3 of us. Most time we start support the city, we know. Oh, she did not, maybe I'm not saying you go and use your money to buy your material. I'm saying I am saying the company will buy material for you to go and cook home. Sasa ukiwa tikikule mkipika mnaangalia mkipika kwa Kenya ndio anashaka. Chile. Company ka staff so but mkali yake anatokea mkipika because the tax ni chokupika pano. Champi naomba. Cheke wino. Hawa supporter cheke wino. Okay, hawa shi supporter jole wao. Hawa shi supporter nyina wao. Murepesa. Wamita mure inaweza kukusupport wao. Yameza. Murepesa wani. Momenti mtakawa wako mfuati. Habari support tuliwana. Wale support ana mtaka support. Mwisho pesa. Sawa le support ukiwa shikale tuliwana. Ona tuwe kwa serious. Tuwa kuwa support. Jen pia yako kwa le support. Awase support awasa ina hapo. Nende supporter. Bambi. Again, we will president. Awase supporter na wewe. What's the support you?
Carrying the dream.
Okay, serious. Okay, we'll bring this suggestion later on. Let's stick to our plate. When you think about it, in the next meeting we can talk about it. For me, it was just helping, and sometimes even eating in plate every day. At least for sure you can be changing that in that economy. Plate you can't change, it's only water, you mix it with carrot, you mix it with tea bags. Every day, your lungs will become red again. Become black like my car. Do you see my car? That's the sign of how your lungs will become.
Okay, idea in the film, because if like Bambara Bata program, and the road blade that contribute that's the mouse as that is the mouse as and not because flower is flower, especially dry blade. So then by touch dry blade, idam quick ida malakuri, idam kulamba space and so time kulaba time mufyanga fyanda feka tufyanga ambako fyamba because sometimes abantu kwamba kupata mawe mzimu mara fija so fija kaide fisa fyaba pati ni blast so another time ngafyanga kola sana kwa kwamba sawa kamba tukakulia yafile kamba tukafika so my taste and ndeshara nanikali ndeshara from ndeshara ma sports ndeshara at the end of the day sasa it's good to eat the thing ya nankani ya brown bread not white bread.
Okay, namumva kuregira mupanye kumba mala yapanga mawenzi anyway yanyu kwelile that's why it's very good to be in the meetings because we always learn the things shaishire okebachikora waboneke emekaraba lyafolera blade mawenzi Chamene nesi watamati mapanya mawenzi that's all that's what we got as mawenzi and because as we get a state throughout time ya Jesus throughout bed.
So, like for these days, my daughter is going to practice East. The same day you are going to be than the East. Because it's less than Chinese. Sometimes they don't.
That's why you buy from the big companies like national media.
Because you don't know
They do what?
they make it hard and there's supply
Okay. So what do we do? What do we do? Finish Palashka. Shima, Bandiat, no, eating food cooked from somewhere. Your conscience may not be clear. Okay. What if I said, I start cooking for you? All of you. I'm not laughing, I'm very serious. Should I start cooking for you? There was a time when I used to cook rice. I used to cook rice sometimes, I come with rice. If I see people that have eaten too much bread, I'll bring a big pot of rice and eat just like that. Can I start cooking, preparing in tea for you? Can you allow it? Or you say maybe I start back and forth? So can you support it? For me, everything is doable for me. Those of you who've been with me here, can you remember that I'm the one who used to clean the toilet? There's nothing I can't do. I can do almost anything. I used to clean the toilet. If they say no, I can't clean, I used to go there. I clean it, and it used to be very clean by then, than this time. So, is it okay I can be cooking for you? Who are in support of that? Or can someone, one person, can you? Since what I'm going to take a baby, what I'm going to take a baby, can you start cooking for us? Look, let me tell you one thing. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. For you, it can be a burden. You reach a point where you'll be commenting even on the food you cooked. After all, you're not begun every day. That happens. I'm a human being, I know what I'm talking about. Where you, our ladies are, they are always, no. So I'm trying to think what the future holds, or what the future may bring. Sometimes it brings confusion. So if you say I can be cooking for you, then I will be cooking for you. Is that okay? I can do it for the sake of you, okay? Or we can do it this way. Maybe this week we eat like we said to Shima, then the other week, for fear of us having plaster in our stomachs, in our lives. This week we eat bread, the other week we change, eh? You know, and it doesn't really make sense, people. Every day bread tea, bread tea, bread tea. There's no matter what you should regular piece of bread with a. And for sure it doesn't really make sense. Money not to envelope the better part of bread. Amalanga ya mfatu insana isoroke shati bread ya rasa. East ya la flamu. So I'll be cooking in here for you, right? I'm going to teach you how to conversation for you. So I'll buy. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to show you my test. Then white carriage. Okay? I'll start tomorrow. So tomorrow, don't be surprised. I'll start tomorrow. I'll be cooking for you. Whatever I eat is what you'll be eating. It's an appetizer. So that is it. So we are going to be eating Shima from tomorrow. So our budget for Shima is 30 kwacha. We'll be buying Shima 30 kwacha from those who are selling, or if you want to buy from Pick and Pay, Pick and Pay or get a display, you can buy from Pick and Pay. It's always plain or ShopLite. ShopLite na Pick and Pay na store na show my money straight. Money when saranga na nimpa sana na Pick and Pay na store one pesa kulia. Okay? Lanche de manda nisho tamoya. Kala mungu ndo kana shiti watu. Kala mungu na upe kwa hisi na nikapeleka kwa wansa msanga kamugena. Kamugena mabongo setefu. Chama na mana mabongo setefu kamugena. Tamwale ile fanya cha sababu ni msa very cheap. Okay, so that is it for now. Tomorrow we are going to eat Shima. Any other question or any contribution? Any suggestion? Okay, but there's no problem. Here's how we are going to do it. In case you know people that land it on my life, I will always be getting something from the Katana for you. 5 butter can be enough for 2 people. That's an ambition. I put it at a white chain. I don't know that it says it. By the way, I got back to super. I'm not sure they pull up. So, I'm not going. So that is it for now. No comment, no contribution, no suggestion, no plan. Any idea?
So, that's why I'm trying to fix this place. It's my first time here since I completed this. So,
What's up?
it's difficult for me. So, sometimes ninakonda nobinjengana senzera nobinakontawo manuza tiya yosachitaiko ukazishita so I'm trying to put kufutima mukati nini ngasenzere na
That's why. So now, that's why I use the word like those of you who've been here for a long time, whoever comes, they will want to match with you. If you are not focused, they will not be focused. If they see you focused, then it's more like you go to London, wanapo London, wewe wakuposa babo ga mistake, yani kuzambia wanaposa kwa sababu first week, the first morning, paper. On the rest of London, you can work for the home and before the spot of your plan. In South Africa, when you are in a session, why did they post about Malaysia? They must get your girl to check it on the back because I have to check after we check it about the one I post a case because we never get a time to put up in a post about. One day, God willing, when I am Tanda, I'm the audience for West Africa. One day we can be Mukawisha passport, we can be going. I'm Tanda. South Africa is about 400. 400 if you have 400 so that is it. Remember passport, fight for a passport, it's not really difficult to get. It's very easy. Very easy. Because you don't have people to help you. I can help you get a passport. You just keep it in the house for future use. It's very easy. As long as you have any other state and you are qualified to get a passport. Only simple interviews, you have to come to know where you were born. Those are the only interviews that you have to accept. They'll ask you whatever you wrote that, they'll ask you, oh, okay, the change the English, if you're ready, or put in the queen, change the yeah, a person, so they go around your chapter, very simple. So, what you've said is very true, but always in life, copy what is good, don't copy everything. Is that clear? Copy what you think is important, then you leave what is not important. If you can tell me that copying business is important, then go for it. If copying those who are focused, when you find 10 people, among those 10 people, maybe 3 will be focused, 7 will be out of focus. That's what the Bible says. Don't follow the majority, follow